So why do some singers have a really rich, warm sound while others sound kind of flat? And this is one of these kinds of things in singing that people hear about, but they don't necessarily know what it is and how to access it. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what resonance is and how you can find your resonance through your chest voice, through your mixed voice, and in your head voice. Hi, my name's Kate. I'm a classically trained vocal coach who's been singing formally for over 30 years, and I help singers to find and sing with their authentic voice. Resonance. I think of the analogy of a guitar. I have this guitar behind me. It's got strings on it. And when you're touching the strings, you're basically selecting the pitch. The pitch, the strings, that's kind of like your vocal cords. That's what's going to produce the pitch, the frequency at which your vocal cords are flapping. But the resonance is what happens after that. How is your voice placed? Where does it go? How is it shaped? The resonance in a guitar happens through the chamber of the guitar, the interior of the guitar, and then in some cases there's some surfaces on the exterior that are also resonating the notes off of them to create different kinds of sounds. More warm, more shrill, more twang. So the resonance is the kind of reverberation or the reflection through a cavity or a surface. So if we think about that when it comes to the voice, our bodies are our instrument, right? So we have those vocal cords, which are our strings, and then you have different chambers, resonance chambers in your body. So you have the lungs, the chest cavity. That's a huge resonator. Then you're going to have sound resonate within the throat itself. You're going to have sound resonate within your mouth and within your head. All of these cavities in your body are what's going to resonate your sound. And this is something that you can play with. You can actually make it a little bit warmer, a little bit darker, or a little bit lighter, a little bit airier. And so we'll talk about how we can find that resonance first of all, and then we can play around with it a little bit. So the difference between a note with resonance and without resonance as follows. Ma. So another thing to mention about resonance is that it also happens in the room. The room is a cavity as well. That's why if you're singing in a church with a dome ceiling, you're going to hear your voice resonate very differently than if you're singing in a room that's filled with carpets and other furniture, couches, things like that. And this is why people love to sing in the shower, because their voices sound more resonant. But what we want to try and do as singers is to find that resonance in a dry space. So in a space where you don't have those high ceilings and that reflective surface, in a space that's dry, that's carpeted, that's textured, that you can find that resonance, and that this way, when you go to sing in a cathedral, you're going to just hear this resonance that's so warm, that's so rich, and that's going to have the extra amplification of the room itself. What I want to do with you guys first is an exercise to find your chest resonance. This is probably going to be the easiest. So we're going to start here and we're going to move our way up later. But first, and I like to do this when I'm warming up as well, I like to start lower because it helps to place my voice the right way, to get me into the resonance zone, so that then when I expand my scale upwards and my warm-ups, I take them higher, and then I go to sing a song that's higher up, my voice is already full of that richness. So we're gonna start on a C, and we're just going to do a hum. Before we go, make sure your shoulders are back, your chest is open, you have a nice diaphragmatic breath. You're relaxed and you do a little half yawn. And we're just gonna go. And then we're gonna go up a tone and back down again. So. And then we're gonna move down the scale. All right? you should feel that there's a warmth in your chest, and that's the chest resonance. You should feel a buzzing because of the M in your lips, but you should feel that warmth in your chest as we go lower. So we're gonna just restart that exercise one more time. Follow along with me, sing along with me. If you have a piano, you can accompany yourself as well. And we're just gonna keep going lower and lower and lower. I'm just gonna go to kind of like the end of my low range, and you can follow me as long as you'd like. And so there I can really feel, as I'm going lower, more and more just this kind of reverberation within the chest cavity. So that's the resonance there. Now we're going to come back to middle C. We are going to find that same kind of chest place to begin with. And I want you to feel how your resonance shifts as you're going higher. So here we're going to go on a mu, mu, mu. So let's get set up. Nice breath. Open chest, half yawn, relaxed. Mu. 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 Back down. Mu. 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 So now where do you feel the resonance? Let me know in the comments below. For me, I feel that there's definitely a shift. I no longer feel such an intense warmth of resonance in my chest, but I feel it rising up, kind of around here. This is where I feel it. It's kind of within this cavity here and in the throat as well. And that's kind of where I want it to be. So now we're going to do an exercise to find that head resonance. And what I want you to do, we're going to start on middle C, and we're going to go ni, ah. What I want you to do is to keep this very light, to already start to focus your resonance up here towards your forehead. Imagine that the note is coming out towards your forehead rather than through here. Even though we're in the mixed voice, I want you to start bringing up that high voice resonance a little bit earlier, and it's going to help you transition over the passaggio. Another thing is you're going to want to keep your tip of your tongue on your bottom teeth as you do the ah, and the tongue should be kind of shaped like this, not flat, squashing everything down, all right? So you keep everything nice and buoyant, fill everything with some nice air. If you feel like as you're going higher, that it's getting tight, just stop the exercise. But if you want to continue with me through the end, and you feel like everything is nice and open and you're ready to do so, you can do it with me. And another thing is keep your chest open here and take really good breaths here. Make sure that you're really fueling these notes from the diaphragm, and that also your chest isn't collapsing as you get higher, because that tends to be kind of the default is like, ugh, as you're going higher sometimes. And that's because of all of the psychological baggage and the physical baggage sometimes of singing high. So I just want you to focus on a nice posture, nice breaths, that nice vowel positioning of the ah and the ni, 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 and focusing that resonance here. Ni, ah, ni, ah, ni, ah, ni, ah, ni, ah, And we're at a much different place than where we started, down in that chest resonance. For me, I don't really feel that kind of chestiness at all anymore. I really feel like I'm focusing everything up here in my face, towards the top of my head, the back of my head. And that's where I'm kind of abstractly focusing my voice, because that's kind of the only way to do it. You know, we don't really have anything that we can like physically manipulate. So you have to kind of use mental tricks, and you have to also be in tune with your body. How does it feel? Does it feel tight? Does it feel tense, or does it feel relaxed? Does it feel open? You have that little half yawn that allows you to go higher into that head resonance? Or do you feel like things are kind of tight and it's not really going up there? So these are all of the kind of things that you can do as you're getting up into the kind of head resonance. You're going to want to really focus on these abstract little mind tricks, like the half yawn, feeling that popping behind your ears, having an open chest, pointing the note up here, and staying very open here and very relaxed. So I hope that this helps you guys. Now you know what resonance is. If you didn't already know, hopefully you'll be able to have more ease finding your resonance with these kinds of exercises. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that I missed, if there's anything else that you would like to learn about resonance, particularly if you had any challenges doing the exercises, or if there's any other techniques or tips that you'd like to see me cover here on this channel. Thank you guys so much.